What a time. TEP, you back again. You back here with us again. I'm sorry. Your boy, Julius is here. Ed is here. How you doing?
Good, man. I'm good.
Yeah, man. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode. Episode 69? 68. Oh,
you always went ahead of the.
Well, because we, you know how it's been going. But anyways,
wait, actually,
I'm about to say we might be at 69.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So we are at 69. I was looking at the wrong thing.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, you own it, man.
I'm trying to be, but yeah, here we are. I gotta just pop it off, man. Man, it's been a very trying week for me. Man, it's been a very trying week. So, well, I will say this first. Coming off the weekend was great. Had an extended weekend.
Yep.
Graduation weekend was this past weekend, so I do want to give a shout out to my cousin Jaden. Congratulations on graduating high school. He's headed off to college this year.
Class of 2022. That sounds so futuristic.
So futuristic. Think about how you think about that when you was back in school. I would have thought we'd have been flying cars by now. We almost there, but...
Yeah, I didn't even imagine what the world would look like 10 years.
Yeah, I didn't have no vision of what right now would look like 10 years ago. So
me neither.
But I wanted to give a shout out to him because he listens to the podcast. So I want to see. Shout out to Jade, man. Had some good time with family and friends. So caught up with some couple old friends. Friends I ain't seen in a while.
Yeah.
And it was good. Monday got back to the city, and it was going good for one day. Then Wednesday, my car got broken into. That was very interesting for me because I didn't find out till like in the morning, and it was like how I started my day. So, it was
a hard way to start the day off.
And
man.
I was woke up with the information. Like my brother woke me up. Hey, bro, somebody broke in your car. So like, it ain't like I had a pleasant morning, ate my breakfast, went down there, and was just crushed. It was like
that's what started Joe.
It was literally it was immediate alarm. You know what I mean? As soon as I soon as I was woken up. Or as soon as I was, But anyway, the week, it was good. Thankfully I had what I needed to have to get it fixed. We just try to remain thankful that we're in a position to right those wrongs. But
take care of the unexpected.
But why is it every time like you about to have a little bit of an exhale of relief, something happens? And 60% of the time, it's always the car, bro.
Yeah.
It's always the car. Because I came into a blessing the week before financially. And I was like, okay, I'm good because I got paid last weekend. I was like, okay, good. Like, I should be good now. Lo and behold, had a little ticket. I mean, had that little ticket to take care of. And it was frustrating.
Man.
And it was frustrating, man. In those times like that, I don't know who to be mad at.
Yeah.
So you got to just stop being mad. Like I could have been mad at the dude that broke my window, of course. I don't know him, didn't see him.
Him or her.
Or her. I could have been mad at parking in the wrong spot or parking in that spot, but I didn't know that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Could have been mad at the apartments for not having no video. Could have been mad at the police for not taking it serious when I told them.
Yeah.
But like, you know what I'm saying? The only person that was holding on to that anger was me. You know what I'm saying? And once I realized that, this gonna pass and I was able to get it fixed, I was able to move past that. But that was really trying for me because I was just so mad about that.
Yeah. But
I'm calm now. It's over. It's done. I didn't let it go. Give it to God. But other than that, not other than that, because that's kind of what influenced what the total tone of my week was just staying focused and not being moved. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just not being moved by external forces. Like, like I was so like I be getting so mad about those things like that. Then at the end of the day, when it's over, I'm just like, I got to let myself get so frustrated with these little things, like, and letting them consume me. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't like that. I don't like to feel like things are dictating my behavior and my mood.
Yeah.
And when I allow it to happen, I feel frustrated with myself for allowing it to happen. So, hey, I ain't gonna lie. I was sitting on the edge of that bed just like, man,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's funny that you said that not being moved by external factors, because I like some stuff happened to me and it like moved me, and that's why I kind of started going back to therapy because I was like, I don't want to be that moved by external factors where it got me like in that kind of state. I want to be able to just see it for what it is, but not let it like affect me internally, you know?
Yeah, no. And I got to work on that. You know what I'm saying?
Me too. That's why I'm in therapy for.
Yeah, I definitely got to work on that because that was something that bothered me and that irked me. But, you know, now here I am, days removed, and I'm okay. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just had to let go of that. And that's kind of what I've been having throughout my week. And work has been good, you know. I'm training, got a new guy training. I like it because he looks like me. You know what I'm saying? Another black man hired. So I'm doing what I can to make sure he's doing well and things like that. So this is, you know, other things to work towards. So I just kept my mind on that, you know, that type of thing like that. But outside of that, I mean, you know, the week has been, including the unfortunate event, the week has been overall pretty good. You know, I can't really complain. So, but how's it going on your end? I'm sorry,
man.
I just opened up with sorrow.
It'd be like that sometimes, man. For me, it was a short, long week.
No,
because it was only 4 days, but it still felt like 5. To be honest,
it felt like a full week for sure.
It felt like a full week
for sure.
And we in our busy season. This was our first week where we allowed to work overtime. So I started kind of like, I think the first day I think I only made it 30 minutes early, but then I stayed an extra 30 minutes. But then I started kind of just going an hour early to work because I feel like in the evening sometimes I can hit a wall, but in the morning that's when I'm like fresh and ready to go. So I was like, if I'm gonna work you know, because people typically just work an hour overtime. I was like, I'd rather do mine on the front end where I'm fresh. It's not that many people there. Yeah. So I just been doing that, man. It was good, and I you know, I kind of been doing my whole little boxing thing, and I've been going consistently. And my instructor, she was telling me, she's like, "Yo, well, you know, we ought to do some like one-on-one like work and stuff." And she had kind of gave me her rates for that and stuff, and I was like, you know, I think I'm gonna do it. So I went ahead and like got locked in to start working with her individually because I was like, man, you know, I'm doing this. I might as well like, you know,
take it on full time. Yeah, take it a little bit more serious.
Yeah, like kind of just go ahead and like go to that next step where I'm going from a group class to one-on-one work. So it's like I'm really like honing in on technique and whatnot, and and getting that together, man. But nah, that's really, like I say, it's just been work, man. It was a lot of work. It was, but you know, what I do like about my job, the busier I am, the quicker the day goes. Right. So although I felt like it was a full week, the days were going by fast. But that's how it is with me when I got stuff to do. But if I have nothing to do, that's when time drags along, in my opinion. But when I got stuff to do that I actually need to get done, that's when time just be moving. So it was weird because, like I said, the days was moving fast. But I definitely felt like I worked 5 days this past week.
I know I definitely have one of those kind of jobs where like you can see what your next day gonna look like the day before. And I remember looking at the appointments I got to go to, how far I got to drive, that type of thing like that. The houses I got to work on. I'm like, man, how am I gonna get through all this? You know what I mean? Then the next day comes and it's over. And I'm like, oh, that wasn't even that bad. You know what I'm saying?
I guess I would like that because you know how to mentally prepare. Yeah, if you just got like a light load compared to like it's gonna be a long day. Like, maybe I need to go to sleep a little early rather than just waking up and be like, oh shit, I gotta do all this.
Yeah,
oh my,
and you learn to pace yourself. You know what I'm saying?
And
things like that. But no, I definitely get that, and that sounds like a good week though, man. I'm interested to hear more about the boxing. We were recently talking about how like, you know, we big sports guys, you know, we keep up with the main ones, you know what I'm saying? And with basketball coming to a close, I was just telling you off mic, like, dang, I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with myself.
It's time to dive into some hobbies.
Like, you know, that gap between basketball and football be kind of deep.
Yeah, I'm about to say, it was easier last year because we had the Olympics.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But yeah, this year it's
just straight you.
Gotta just dive into your hobbies.
Well, I will tell you what I looked up yesterday. I looked up acting classes. I was for real about that. I looked up acting classes. So there's an acting class, like downtown Dallas. I forgot the name of it. I ain't gonna say it, but before you join a class, you gotta observe a class first.
That's fair.
And it's $20 to observe a class.
Dang.
I know, but you can sit in there for like 3 hours though.
Oh,
yeah.
Just get your just definitely get your bang for your buck.
And if you listening, you probably know which one. If you know which one, you know which one I'm talking about. But anyway, you observe the class, and they usually let people come on Monday and Tuesdays. So I'm thinking about I can't do Tuesday because that's our day. But I was thinking about possibly going out there Monday. And just observe a class and just see what they do in there.
You're not the only person that told me they looking into they just want to take acting classes.
Yeah, for real?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Somebody else told me that they was interested in that.
Well,
I don't want to. I don't know if he keeping that private or not. So I won't say it. But he interested.
I know him.
Yeah, I'll tell you off, Mike.
Yeah. Okay. But no, I'm looking at that because I don't know, I definitely need this podcast is a great outlet, but I know I need another outlet. You know what I mean? Another creative outlet.
I love when people just try stuff just because they want to.
Yeah,
they're curious about it.
Yeah,
that's what life about, man.
I literally have that tab pulled up on my phone. I just haven't paid the 20 yet.
Yeah,
I low key want to tell you first.
You ought to do that, man.
Yeah, wait. I feel like if I go observe the class, they gonna expect me to join, right? Because if you go, I go there if you're not.
Well, they just show that you're interested.
Yeah.
So I guess you get to see how it go and
how it go. Yeah,
see if you like the flow of it or I guess I don't know what to look for in the acting class.
And
I guess.
And you know what's funny? I don't either. In my head, I got drama that I did in high school, but that's so old.
Yeah, I don't know what to look.
But it'd be great because it'd be something I have no idea how that
just go in there with an open mind.
And just go out there.
I feel like that's the best time, way to approach new stuff, just with an open mind and no expectations. I'm just going. I don't know. I'm just going.
Hey, I'm gonna go in there and just leave it all on the stage. I guess you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about that. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go observe a class this
That'd
week.
That'd be cool, man.
Just to see what happens, bro. And acting that's one of the things. It might be a man in there 45 years old. He a plumber. You know what I'm saying? This is just what he do on Tuesdays. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm gonna say that's always the interesting thing. Is when you actually look at shows, you gotta think this is a person it's a kid playing a kid, a middle-aged person playing and then it's an old person that's still acting. So it's you really do need all walks of life in acting.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what I say. It's never that's the interesting thing about acting. It's never a certain look you have to have. You know?
Exactly. And on the website, on the video, the lady that runs it, she says an interesting thing. She says, because they asked her why she started doing, because she used to be an actress, but she moved back to Dallas. She became a lawyer, and then she opened up the acting class because she used to be an actress and she missed it. And she was like, when you have a creative urge in your body, right? Music, dance, painting, art, whatever it is you do. When you don't have an outlet for that thing to release, some bad things can happen. And she just said it like that, and I was like, yeah, I said the same. I had the same way. I said,
that's interesting.
I said, huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Why hold on to that energy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It needs to release. Or it's going to find a way to come out as something else.
I do think it's important. Well, I know for some people, they need a creative outlet. I need a creative outlet. That's what this is for me.
Yeah, but you got your boxing. That's another outlet. That's the thing to do, you know?
Yeah, I do have a lot of outlets.
Yeah, so I think I need more. I need more outside of this, and of course my friends, of course. But I need a real honed in this for Jew.
Yeah.
Somebody call you, say, "Hey, it's Jew." You nah, he doing his acting thing right now. You know what I'm saying? I need you to be able to say that. Nah, he doing his acting.
That's
thing.
all fun though, man.
But, so but that was a real interest that I really looked up. I think I'm gonna pay that 20 and go out there and just sit. And
I think it's definitely worth it, man.
Yeah, especially
get the lay of the land.
Yeah, get the lay of the land. See what the demographic is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny. because I have been toying with this idea for a minute. This is the first time I'm saying anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And this kind of goes into what I wanted to discuss, like, but this is more on a internal level, right? I think to myself, kind of how I said I didn't want external factors to move me to doing something, but also external factors to move me to not doing something.
Yeah.
I had the idea about the acting classes a month ago, Ed.
Mm-hmm.
I never said nothing. Looked it up once, didn't say anything. I think I was kind of scared of it materializing. Because if I tell you, like, man, this is what I've been thinking about, and you like, man, you should do that. Of course, the next time you see me, you're like, man, did you do that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what I want to put emphasis on is that, like, I had to trust my self-judgment. Like, most time you think about something you want to do, bro, you want to do that, bro. But you got to trust yourself, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Trust that you can make that happen.
Yeah.
Trust that you can sign up for the boxing class and do the one-on-one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trust that you can, that I can do the acting class or whatever. Yada, yada, yada. So I want to ask you, when it comes to trust, how do you even just perceive that? I know I spoke on a very internal level, introspective level, but how do you approach trust? Is there a way that you approach it?
Oh, man, I think that's
opposed to other concepts.
How do I approach trust?
Is trust a feeling or a concept?
I don't feel trust. I have trust, maybe. I don't know.
You don't feel trust?
I mean, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Is it? Oh, damn.
Do I feel trust? I don't feel distrust. Well, maybe.
That's a good question. I just thought of that.
I think trust is a feeling.
I think
I trust you. I believe in you. Is believing in somebody a feeling or a concept?
Belief is a feeling.
Okay, well then trust is a feeling then.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I don't.
But I think your trust gets validated. Like, it gets validated.
Okay.
Over time.
Sometimes I be needing a definition.
Okay.
Trust is the firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something.
Say it one more time.
The firm belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something.
Okay.
The belief in something.
Yeah.
Or some.
But that belief, I think
belief in reliability, truth, and ability or strength of someone or something.
Yeah, but I think the belief doesn't. I think the belief that is required for trust doesn't get materialized until it's validated. Like, I think, I can think that I could hope that you come through with your half of the rent if we live together.
Yeah.
But after you show up to me, boom, it's the 31st, rent due tomorrow. You like, here your money. No, I could trust him. You do that for 2-3 months. Oh, I could trust that he gonna have his.
But see, I like that trust definition when it says like the belief in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength. Like the reliability, because I think that's what a lot of trust gotta do with, like, are you reliable? Because of a person not reliable. But I don't know, because I mean, trust could be approached a lot of different ways, because it can be trust of someone, trust of yourself. Because I think trust of people, like for me, like you said, well, that's like more so like something that got to be like validated, you know,
proven.
Yeah. It's not that, but when I meet people, I don't necessarily have a distrust. I just don't have a trust.
It's just nothing.
Yeah. Until you validate one or the other, you know.
Okay. Now, for you to say that you validate one and the other, that means you gotta have some initial thoughts about the person, right? But that's just a genuine.
Well, I don't know you, so I don't know. That's my original thought. Like, I've never met somebody and instantly say, "Oh, I can trust you." I don't know. I have no idea. I feel like for me,
I think
I don't distrust people, but I won't just like say, "Hey, bro, this is my social. We just met, but here my social."
Yeah, exactly. That's extreme.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, well, I mean, I just don't go around assuming like, you know, people mean me harm.
Yeah.
But, you know, at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I don't, there's like some genuine courtesies that not even a courtesy, just genuine understanding that I guess I have a initial belief in something happening. Like, I don't just believe you just gonna slap me when I walk in.
Yeah,
but I don't know that you're not gonna slap me either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a word. I can't think of it though. It's like you like just turn. What's that word?
I feel you. I feel you.
Because you give people not the benefit of the doubt, but
you give them like the space, the courtesy, the consideration.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with benefit of the doubt.
Okay,
because that's kind of what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I give people the benefit of the doubt pretty much. Like I don't, like I say, when it comes to people, I won't just start, telling you really personal things. But at the same time, I'm not gonna like, have like a distrust where I feel like I can't say anything to you. But I don't know. I think that's just, I think trust, I think that's that might be something that like your perception of trust is formed over time, right? Yeah. So, if you had a life with someone like Zero,
yeah,
he feel like he can't trust anybody or anything.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I haven't had many cases where like my trust has just necessarily been violated. So I don't just naturally think, oh, this person, like I say, mean me harm or anything like that.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to look up the word. No, trust for me. I think that for me, I don't initially trust everybody, but you might call it naive. I do have a little bit of expectation. Like, well, I just consider everybody to be genuinely like dealing with people on a basis where like you don't do no harm to me, I don't do no harm to you. Yeah. In a public space. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? In a more private space, I kind of expect the same thing, but like here we are in closer quarters where like I can prove to you that I'm not a bad person, or I'm prove to you I don't mean this harm to you. So I leave with that respect and that consideration. That's probably why I'm so polite. You know what I'm saying? Because when me being polite is like that's like the smoke signal to you. Like, hey, you ain't got to worry about me.
Yeah.
How you doing? Mm-hmm. Please, thank you, sir. Here, things like that. You hungry or you need something? Just kind of like, hey, but I don't mean initially. I'm not plotting on anything to be negative to come your way from me. You know what I'm saying? And I do that a lot to not gather trust from somebody, but just to let them know that they can trust in the situation, or trust in the setting. Mm-hmm. Like you may not have to trust me, but when you at my house, like you can trust this set. Like ain't nothing gonna pop off. That makes sense. Mm-hmm. And that always that's always been a thing of mine that I had to like check myself on, because I will trust somebody too early. Mm-hmm. Like I need mine to be proven, but it don't take much to prove it to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, that's a good dude. And I mean at this big age, you kind of gotta.
You would hope that you have a little discernment.
Yeah. My discretion is pretty good. My intuition is pretty good. Mm-hmm. Always been. So I lean on that a lot when it comes to trust. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, like I said, I think that's just how like when it comes to people, like it's just like we just start off very neutral, and then you just just from observing the person and how we interact and stuff, you move one way or the other, or sometimes you just stay in the middle where it's like.
Yeah,
I see you. We make a little small talk. I mean, I don't think you mean me no harm, but we not just best friends. So I'm not telling you my most interpersonal thoughts either.
Excuse me.
So I think that's how I start off with trust. I don't have like a general distrust for people, but at the same time, like I say, I'm not a very not gullible, but like just
naive.
Yeah, I'm not naive, So that's why I say, like for me,
you're not short sighted either.
Yeah, and like I say, that's where it come from me is like that reliability. Like, okay, like I see that you are reliable.
Yeah, I actually have an article pulled up from Harvard Business Law, Harvard Business, the Harvard Business Review, and they have the 3 elements of trust.
Okay,
and one of the elements is consistency. It says, and they label it as the final element of trust. It says the final element of trust is the extent to which leaders walk their talk and do what they say they will do. People rate a leader high in trust if they. Now this is more geared towards like leadership qualities, but you can attribute to these to regular day. Got some bullet points that say, "Are you a role model? Set a good example. You walk the talk. Honor commitments and keep promises. Follow through on commitments, and you're willing to go above and beyond what needs to be done." So that was a little description of bullet points for consistency as an element of trust.
Okay. Yeah, because I do think consistency is an element of trust. Because if somebody
that's why,
they show up one way this way and then they completely different. Or like you need them one time, they show up, and then other times they just gone. Like, I'm gonna say that reliability. I feel like you can trust in it. No, okay, I know he gonna always come through, or he gonna always like, he's reliable. He gonna be there if I need him.
Yeah. He's shown me enough times that he comes through to where I trust and I have faith in him.
That dude
making good on his.
Because when I say, because that consistency breeds familiarity, and that and that's why I say when you familiar with something, you naturally start to trust it more because
that's what it is.
It's something that you exposed to over and over. What's the other elements?
Okay. Secondly, is good judgment or expertise. It says another factor in whether people trust a leader is the extent to which a leader or person is well informed and knowledgeable. They must understand the technical aspects of the work as well as have a depth of experience. This means they use good judgment when making decisions. Others trust their ideas and opinions. Others seek after their opinions. Their knowledge and expertise makes an important contribution to achieving their skills, and you can anticipate and respond quickly to problems.
Okay.
Now that other one, like the middle two, like that's you. Like others trust their ideas and opinions, and others seek their opinions. That's you. That's why like a lot of trust is given to somebody like you, Ed, is that when I do seek your opinion about something, I know you're going to give me your best judgment about what to do in that situation. Even if it's a wild thing I bring to you. Even if it's, hey, but I don't know what I do in that. Then I'm like, that's really something that, you know what I'm saying? Like if Ed can't help me, you know what I'm saying? Who can type? But that's a value thing amongst somebody that I would trust. I know a factor for me trusting somebody is how much they know about the situation. Or how much they know about themselves to make a judgment. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I know Ed has good discernment. He don't really make too many bad decisions. And that's not to say that I can't trust you if you do make bad decisions, because I got friends that make bad decisions, but they be in honesty though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my brother's like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I honestly made this mistake because I thought this way. Well, I can trust that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, boom. And I just think that's a good element.
So give me the element itself one more time.
Good judgment.
Okay.
/ expertise.
Yeah, because I'm going to say, because that's like, I think about the expertise part, because it's like, if you at school or like some type of class, you trust the person that's teaching it because they supposed to have a expertise,
a good grasp,
a knowledge of it, and because most of the times when you ask a teacher a question, you go with what their answer is.
Yeah, because you just believe that.
Yeah, because it's a trust. Because they have an expertise in this.
They got the degree.
You trust that that's the right answer.
Yeah,
I've never asked a question to a teacher and said, I don't know about that one. I'd just be like, oh, okay.
Okay, I guess that's
now, you know, math, you can see that. So you can say, oh, yeah, you missed that one right there. But most of the times, you know, it's a trust because there's a level of expertise.
Yeah.
I like that one.
That's a good breakdown. I guess I might get the last one, huh? This is probably a big one. Positive relationships is the third element of trust. Trust is in part based on the extent to which a leader or person is able to create positive relationships with other people in groups. To instill trust, a leader must stay in touch on issues and concerns of others. Balance results with concern for others, generate cooperation, resolve conflict with others, and give honest feedback in a helpful way. That last one kind of goes into what I was saying earlier about, when people ask you for your opinion and your thoughts on a subject, you can trust that you're going to give your honest feedback. And I mean, a lot of people be capping, bro. A lot of people will tell you something just because they know that's what you want to hear.
Yeah,
they just want to, and to be honest, a lot of people are looking for that. A lot of people are looking just for a yes man, But when you have somebody that will say, hey, bro, you was wrong,
yeah,
you was wrong for that.
Mm-hmm.
That was not right what you did. Like, you should go apologize, or you should go make up to that person. Like, that's the type of honesty that's kind of jarring, because we, and especially in this society, we live in a world that where like we can always perceive ourselves to be right about everything, and you can actually tailor what you see to you being right on it.
Yeah, I'm about to say, or if you want to go find something that support you being right,
it's
you
there.
can
It's
with
there,
the internet.
no matter what you think. So to have somebody that says no, you know what I'm saying, in your close circle, like, that helps a lot.
I think it's interesting too, though, because trust can look completely different depending on the dynamic, right? So I think we was just talking about trust with just somebody in general, like a friend, but then it's like trust when it comes to like romantic relationships.
Yeah.
And I got a article up by Psychology Today, our old friend, where they talk about 7 ways to build trust.
Oh, okay.
In a relationship. And the first one they were saying is like, what we kind of touched on was like, say what you mean and mean what you say.
Yeah.
Because it's like when people just not like, they don't have an impeccable word. Like when their words don't mean anything, because they'll say anything, but their actions don't match. You naturally just not going to trust it, Yeah,
you come like, they just saying that.
The words got to match the actions. And I just think I think that one, because we kind of touched on that one, I think that kind of just works in any dynamic when it comes to trust. Like,
yeah, I mean, like if somebody says something and you kind of betraying your own word by not following through, you know what I mean? So you don't give anybody any grounds to, expect anything more from you. You're not validating, you're not stamping it with yourself. So yeah, that's right.
And then the second one is be vulnerable gradually.
I like that one.
Yeah, and they said 2 distant coworkers who spend 20 years just chatting about the weather and not ever working closely together on projects never need to rely on each other for anything other than idle small talk or a return good morning when passing each other in the hallway. But what about 2 coworkers who have only worked together for 6 months but are constantly in the trenches with each other, coming to need each other desperately for that 9 p.m. email to be returned, or to look over each other's work, or stand up for each other against a difficult boss. And then it kind of just kind of talk about, like, they don't really say anything else, just giving it an example. And they were saying like some of this comes automatically with time and daily interactions.
Yeah.
And then they were saying, but emotional vulnerability is important as well. Building trust takes a willingness to open yourself up to the potential risk of hurt. Talking about something embarrassing from your past, letting them in on what scares you, and in the here and the now. Showing parts of yourself that you don't think are attractive enough for a first date reveal. Trust is built when our partners have the opportunity to let us down or hurt us, but do not.
Yeah.
And in order for them to pass the test and build that trust, we must make ourselves vulnerable to that letdown. Gradually is the best, of course, to protect ourselves along the way.
Bro, that 2 lines ago, where you got to put yourself in a position to be let down or embarrassed. Hey, that is so real, bro.
Man.
Because that, like, bro, yes, I love that, bro. That point right there that you just read is the key to all my friendships, bro. I swear to God.
Dang, yeah, that's a vulnerable. Trust is built when our partners have the opportunity to let us down or hurt us, but do not.
Yes, bro. How many times have we told each other something like, bro, Ed can really just rank on me. You know, he might think I'm less of a man. I tell him this, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Hey, you remember my struggles in 2017? You know what I'm saying? You remember my struggles? You remember? You remember my struggles? But you know what I'm saying? Like, that's a situation. Like, bro, I can only tell this to a friend that I don't even. But no, I know it's there for me. But here's some information that's like untraveled waters. You know what I'm saying? Like, he can either like, you know, rain on my parade, for lack of a better term, or like support me and help me find a way. And you did that, you know. And that let you know, like, bro, I could be vulnerable with this dude. And I mean, that was proven before that.
I might say, vulnerability is a major. I never thought about that. Is a major component of trust. Like, being able to be vulnerable with someone.
Yes, bro. Yes, because
that's not something you're gonna do with everybody.
No, bro.
And I think that's like we were saying. Like, I think that just applies universally too. Yeah. Like, if I meet you, like I said, I may not trust you or distrust you, but I'm not just instantly going to be vulnerable either.
Yeah, I'm not just about to tell you my deepest, darkest secrets off of hello. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I like how they say gradually, because maybe you start off with something. Yeah. Well, it's a little embarrassing,
but how they respond to that was how. And you know what? How many times have you been in an interaction? It was like, okay, how they respond to this is gonna let me know how far we go with each other.
Yeah, yeah.
That's literally something you used to do. Well, we used to do, like, consciously, like, all right, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna just see how they respond to this, because this might be too much for them, and that's okay. If that's just where we stop at, that's just where we stop at. You know what I'm saying? But I've been surprised by some people that, you know what I'm saying.
Okay, well, there's a little bit more to the story, so let me tell you.
Yeah, let me tell you the real thing. Okay,
let me tell you this part. Oh wow.
Okay. Wow. Okay. You must think I'm terrible for that. Nah, I don't really. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can understand where you're coming from. Yeah, I've been in a situation. You know,
but that is true. Like, I think that's a major component of building trust. Like, a person,
that's a major one, bro.
Being vulnerable with you, because it's like, okay, they telling me something that, like you say, can
potentially, you know, make you feel bad,
or put you in
a compromised position. Yeah.
And you giving that to me, so it's you trust me with, like, you know.
Just think about the people that do betray your trust. I know we ain't flipped it on his head yet. You be like, dang, I just hate that they know this about me.
Yeah, it's like, dang, I told you a lot.
I know I told you a lot of stuff.
No, that's one of, you know, like, you'll see sometimes when people, like, how, like, they was in a relationship and it's a blow up on the internet and now they just airing out each other's stuff.
Yeah,
like, they told you that in confidence.
In confidence, bro. They told you that they hate their daddy. In confidence.
Or just some deep, dark family stuff. It's like, you weren't supposed to just, come on, man.
You weren't supposed to just air that out, bro.
But, you know, I think, okay, let's wait to get to that. When people betray your trust, the implications of that.
Okay. I'm sorry. But I will say this. I use this phrase a lot. I think I've said it on this podcast before. Now, and if you're my friend, I've probably said it to you in person. Our dearest friends are our dearest friends because we tell them the things that are most dear to us.
Yeah.
That's why your close friends are your close friends. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll let you go on. I just love that line, and I'm gonna definitely put that in the description, because I need to print that out. Like, cause that need to be my bio somewhere. That's what I do right there. But go ahead, my bad.
Okay, so the third one is remember the role of respect. One of the most emotionally lasting ways that our partners can damage us and our trust is by belittling us, making us feel less than, or viewing us with condescending or contentment rather than respect. Mm-hmm. Think of a basic level of respect as the common denominator in any relationship, whether it be between a cashier and a customer or a mother and a son.
Okay.
And the more emotionally intimate your relationship, the more important that keeping up the basic level of respect becomes, not less. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, when we are tightly intertwined with someone, we sometimes show them our worst, which can be positive in terms of being vulnerable to them, but it also may involve treating them badly, ironically. We may lash out at our mother or our child or our partner in ways that we would never would a cashier, and we forget that the respect is even more important with our loved ones because of the damage that the lack of it can do over time. Okay. This does not mean that you must be formal or perfectly polite always with your partner, but it does mean that you must remember that every time you treat them in a way that deems them or violates that basic minimum of dignity and respect, you may harm their connection a bit, and it may make it more difficult for them to trust you over time. Mm-hmm. And I do think that's true, because I know, like, sometimes you be in, like, with people you close with, you be like, dang, you like, give them a little bit more respect and like handle them. Yeah. But like I said, I think, like I was saying, that because it's like when you closer to somebody, it's a vulnerability and it's like an openness. So it's like, but I say, because I think for me too, I'm just having an opinion. That's why I always say I like to maintain that level of discomfort with people. Because that's what maintain a certain level of respect. Because it's like you don't feel all the way vulnerable, where you don't have to always be conscious of like being respectful and stuff. Yeah, because that's what that boils down to me when I say I like to maintain a level of discomfort.
You always want to keep the respect intact,
but that's for that, to keep the level of respect intact always. Because it is easy if you completely vulnerable and open with somebody and feel comfortable to like forget that there still needs to be a level of respect involved. Yeah.
You know, sometimes people get so close to you and they get so comfortable with you and they get so accustomed to you, and maybe y'all get that way with each other that sometimes respect can go out the window, because they're just gonna know like, oh, that's Ed, that's my best friend. He ain't tripping.
Yeah.
But that's something that really mess with that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't go for that with nobody else but you. You the only one that do that to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I done been to other people's house, like guests, and hear them talk to their homeboys, and you know, and I be like, dang, like y'all really gutter with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all really taking it there. But that's how they handle it.
I might say, especially too, like I think that applies in general too. But I definitely think like in like romantic relationships, because it's even more a higher level of intimacy and closeness. So like,
and the guards are down,
like even further down.
Like you didn't seen wall parts of me. Pause. Like real, like literally. You know what I mean? So like there is a emphasis that needs to be put on how you receive someone else. In their space and in your space. Yeah. You want to open up a space that's like comforting, receiving, you know what I'm saying? Not abrasive, kind of smooth, like, you know, understanding, you know what I mean? That type of thing. Yeah. Like you would do with anybody else.
And like I said, like I was saying, like sometimes that don't even come from a negative place. They just come from you being so vulnerable and open that like you like certain structures that you confine yourself and move within with other people, you don't with them, because there is a higher level of trust and vulnerability.
Yeah. Well, not in my house specifically, but I know a lot of people like, and you know, I can't really speak for this because I don't have children, but like I of course was a kid. I remember like going to my friend's house and how they mama talked to them and how they talk to me be kind of different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, dang, she a little bit more brash with them, but it's like, I mean, that's a child, but like at the same time, there's still some respect that needs to be, you know, be there, you know.
Or even like with friends, like,
or they say the same way you treat a stranger, you know.
Yeah, or even like with friends, we might kind of give each other a hard time. But if somebody else was to talk,
I was just about to say that.
Would be like, nah. Yeah. But it ain't that level of trust there.
Yeah. Like how, like, especially our group of friends, it's so many inside jokes. But if somebody else like, oh no, you can't make that joke. That ain't. Yeah, you're right.
Or they can laugh at that. You can't.
Yeah.
But no, like I was saying, I think I've had like been in romantic dynamics too. I was like, well, dang, you talk to me kind of. Wow, but you don't talk to nobody else. Why you talk to me like that? I don't like that. But that can be that high level of vulnerability and comfort to where it's like,
yeah, and then when you get to when that happened, bro, and you realize that has happened, you're like, bro, I don't even know. It's almost kind of hard to get that back.
Yeah,
because like once it's down, it's down. You know what I'm saying?
Like I say, they said in the articles, like sometimes when you just that tightly intertwined with sometimes you show them your worst.
Yeah.
Which, like I said, that can come into being vulnerable, but
and
that might involve, like you say, treating somebody badly.
Yeah, and you know what it is, Ed? When you're that vulnerable, you know what it get misread as, bro? Somebody saying the lowest amount of respect that you're willing to take. Like they look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he was walked over before. I can do that. Yeah. You know, it's a very manipulative and not sadistic, but kind of like evil way to like to interpret it. But somebody will look at it like, dang, this is the bare minimum that he's willing to accept. Yeah. And once somebody know that about you, they can be very easily exploited. I'm sorry,
but I like I said, thinking back about that, when I have been vulnerable, it's like with like somebody like in a romantic way. It's like, okay, I'm being vulnerable, so like,
excuse me.
I don't have like, I'm like, when you, like you say, like if I'm having a high level of vulnerability with somebody, it's like I trust them. So I think they will handle me with a certain level of respect and care. So I'm not as hard and instantly rigid, snappy like with somebody just off the street where it's you can't be talking to me. That
like, won't be as combative.
It's like, because I'm vulnerable, so I feel like I can be more open.
Trusting
and,
you,
like this. To handle me with care, like you say, and that comes with having that high level of respect. And remembering that if I'm vulnerable and if I trust you, I think in my mind, I mean like you remember to have a certain level of respect for me.
You know where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm telling you this in confidence, like you said.
Yeah, and then so man, these are good.
I know, these are good. These are good, bro.
Good old psychology today,
man.
Okay, so the fourth one is give the benefit of doubt, and we kind of touched on that.
Yeah, for sure.
And okay, so I'll just kind of go through it. I was trying to siphon and see what's what I can just read and what I can't. But let's say that you had a doctor for 10 years that you really respect and have grown to trust. Now compare how you feel about that doctor's opinion versus the opinion of a doctor that you've never seen before. While you may be willing to rely on the medical credentials of both, chances are you'll feel far more comfortable with the one you've developed trust with.
Yeah.
And in fact, that doctor may make some difficult or surprising medical news easier for you to swallow because you are willing to give them the benefit of the doubt, given your trust and history together. The same is true in your personal relationships. What goes hand in hand with trust is setting aside your doubts, even if temporarily, and letting the person come through for you. Now, in relationships where trust has been broken and you are trying to rebuild, it may not be wise to set aside all doubt all at once, like in the case of infidelity or substance abuse. My goodness. Once bitten, twice shy may apply in those cases. I never heard that before.
Once bitten, twice shy?
Yeah. As you may still need a certain level of checking up on someone to protect yourself from further harm. But over time, if you ever hope to truly rebuild trust, you must be willing to string together some moments of letting the doubt go, or at least suspending it and seeing if they come through for you. If they don't, of course, then it is them who is sabotaging the trust building. Yeah. So I think that was a good example too. Where when you got that rapport with somebody, you do give them the benefit.
Yeah, you do give them the benefit.
And I do think that's trust, where it's like, even if like, because I've been in those situations. Great. I think that was the word maybe we was
grace.
Yeah. I give people the grace. Yeah, that is the word.
Okay.
Good job. Yeah. And I was like, because that's the thing with me, like, dang, I forgot what, because grace came up. But yeah,
you give people the grace, you give them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, I give people the benefit. And especially like with like, even if like I see an action or something, before I just instantly respond, I was like, well, let me talk to him, get context. That's me giving the benefit of the doubt, rather me seeing something from the outside looking in and just instantly reacting. Like, no, let me talk to him first.
Let me see if there's some type of method to this madness.
Yeah, or like get the context. But that's giving somebody the benefit of the doubt, waiting and having a conversation with them rather than just instantly reacting.
But you build somebody, like you said, the rapport. Somebody builds that up with you. You know what I'm saying? To where you give them the grace. Like, dude off the street, we ain't giving him no second chance. So there's a couple people that I knew all my life that I'm not giving a second chance. They just don't know me like that, and I don't know them like that. But if it's somebody that I trust, I don't even got to spend every day with them. But if I know their character, you know what I'm saying? I know their judgment, like you said, and things like that. The things that all these points are detailing. I'm gonna say, hold on, man. Before I trip out, like you said, let me go talk to him. At least give him the grace of talking to him as a man before we do anything crazy, or talking to them as their lover. You know what I'm saying? Before we do anything crazy.
Because sometimes you be like, okay, well, this coming off, especially like, you know, it can get stuff get misinterpreted a lot through text. So it's like, hold on, this coming off like this, but
this not really
I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna wait and ask for clarification. Like, did you mean this by this, or were you trying to make it come off like this? And that's giving a person the benefit of the doubt, especially if they're like, oh no, I didn't mean it that way. My bad if it came out that way. And they're like, oh, okay. Rather than just, if you don't give the benefit of the doubt, be like, oh, you got me messed up. Why are you talking to me? What are you talking about? So,
and I believe that is something that our generation right now, grace in today's, there's like very little to grace, you know what I'm saying, given to people just on the strength, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shoot, man. Maybe trust messed up these days too. So.
It is. And then number 5 is express your feelings functionally, especially when it's tough. And I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory.
Self-explanatory, yeah.
But yeah, I think that's important too, just being able to express how you feel. Like somebody telling me, I'm gonna be honest with you, when you said that, it kind of bothered me. Like, oh, okay. Like, it's like I say, it's like I don't know, just help build the level of trust. Cause it's like, okay, now you being, that goes into the truth part. It's like, okay, I know that even if it's not favorable, you going to be truthful with me. And like, that just help build the level of trust, knowing that you're going to be honest regardless.
We've had those conversations, me and you.
Yeah.
But like somebody's, like you said in the original definition, my belief in your reliability, right? Like I can rely on you to tell me what you're feeling, good or bad. You know what I'm saying? About a situation, about a person, or about myself. Hey, Drew, I ain't gonna lie. What you did yesterday was kind of out of line, or what you're doing right now is out of line. I ain't really rocking with that right now, but I'm gonna just have to, give you some space or whatever.
Yeah,
I might be like, dang, at first, what you think about it, you process it, but like, at least he was able to tell me how he truly felt. I didn't have to guess. I ain't have to guess and wonder what's going on his side of the fence.
Or you start acting different, but you hadn't expressed yourself, and it's like, whoa.
Oh my God! And that happens with dudes so much. That happens a lot with our gender, bro.
Yeah, well, they won't express themselves, but they'll just their actions will change, and it's like, well, what's going on?
And then you got to hear from somebody else, like, man, such say I ain't even rocking no more. Like, what? He ain't never said that to me. But then you start thinking like, well, dang, he ain't really been coming around lately either. So,
or when I hit him up, he really was short, or he didn't reply. I just thought he was busy. I ain't think nothing of it. Yeah. And that's how it look on our side of of things. And that happens so much with us. Like people just switch up, and you be like, dang. And if you match energy like that, y'all might end up not talking for years over something that could. And you don't even know why.
You don't even know why.
Well, he ain't talking to me, so I ain't talking to him.
Yeah, you know how that be coming up. It be like with your parents, like, oh, you ain't gonna invite such and such. Nah, you be like, well, I ain't heard from him in 3 months, so I guess I'm not. He used to hit me up all the time. You know what I'm saying? But going back to the point. Somebody's ability to give you themselves throughout all adversity, mishaps, miscommunications. That's a luxury a lot of people don't get.
That's true.
That's actually a luxury to have with your network of people. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. And there's some people that readily address it. Like me, say it all the time. I don't mind the hard conversation. Like, I don't mind the hard conversation.
I'm about to say, if something bothering me, I got to get it out.
Yeah.
Like I can't
be around you
well with me. I gotta,
and I can't be around. I mean, we can be around each other to talk about it, but I ain't about to, I ain't about to parlay. You know what I mean? And I, me, I think my thing is, I'd be so ready for that conversation that I'd be ready to nip that shit in the bud right there. Especially in my romantic relationships. Like I don't like to do the you start acting different attitude.
What's wrong?
What's wrong?
Then on the 7th, what's wrong?
Yeah.
You finally get it.
Yeah. Or
you give up and then it just arrives. Like, well, I found it funny how
or like it happened. It happened like that day, like Wednesday. It happened. You spend the whole day Wednesday. Hey, like, man, I know your energy kind of shift. Like, let's just talk about it. Like, let's just sit down. No, I'm good. I ain't tripping. All right. Friday. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of microaggression is there, and it's like, bro, where that came from? And then you find out it comes from what happened Wednesday.
Oh, okay. We could have talked about it. Just express yourself. Could have, had that conversation.
Yeah. So.
Then, the next one is take a risk together. Being vulnerable with each other can also be a mutual endeavor, and it doesn't just involve revealing parts of yourself. It can also involve a joint effort towards something rewarding, an adventurous experience on a vacation, a joint lifestyle change toward healthier habits, an attempt to expand your mutual social circle, or even just expanding your minds together with new ideas in the form of thought-provoking books or movies. This puts you both outside your comfort zone with the possibility of reward in the form of increased trust, like two comrades who are in the trenches together. And if it's a romantic relationship, you're looking to increase your connection with them. There's an added bonus. A bit of fear-induced arousal can actually increase your sexual attraction.
Okay.
And they were saying, as the now classic 1973 study by Dutton and Aaron showed. I don't know. But yeah, I guess that one kind of.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Ed, let's go to Portland, bro.
Yeah.
That's all that means. Let's go to Portland, bro. We've been trying to go to Portland for 2 years. Let's just go, bro.
Yeah, they do. When you do new stuff with somebody that's out both of y'all comfort zone, it do kind of pull y'all closer together, because it's like, well, I don't really know. Like, you just,
like when you do new experiences together, you kind of got to rely on each other to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say we go to Portland. I ain't never been there. You ain't never been there. They're like, okay, we got to figure out how to do this. But I know you good at this, so they gonna look up prices. Yeah, I'm good with people, so I can act like the next 5 people around us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
if we work how to like navigate a place and stuff, and y'all getting through it together. Yeah,
and we come up with the answers together. Once that trip over, we back home. It could be 2 weeks later at the bar. Like, man, remember that time we figured it out? We know what to do in a situation like this. Like, we've been in this situation before. You know.
I do build trust.
Yeah, they do. And you know what? It's kind of weirder for childhood friends like us, because we kind of did a lot together. So a lot of that right there could have just been a Friday night and didn't. We trying to figure out what kickback to go to. We ain't trying to get pulled over by the cops. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So.
That's what I think, because like I say, for me personally, traveling, so like a lot, the fulfillment of traveling with me is getting to have that new experience with a loved one. And I think that's why, because it's like when we travel, we not in our comfort zone, our usual, what we comfortable with and know. So now we got to go and experience something together.
Like when we went to Denver for your birthday.
And like I say, that do, and that is true, because anytime I've ever gone on a trip with someone, that do make me like be closer to them,
Because you'd be like, man, we both was in the unfamiliar territory.
Because you experienced that together. So that is true. Man, I just got down to the source of why I like traveling.
Yeah. There you go.
Then the last one is be willing to give as well as receive.
Okay.
The friendship research bears out just how important reciprocity is to a solid relationship. And it's not necessarily that each person is giving exactly as much as they are receiving, but rather that both partners are comfortable with levels and they feel relatively equal. Of course, in a truly close emotional relationship, it is expected and understood that this balance may shift once in a while. One person leans on the other when it's most needed, and there's no bean counting necessary.
Man.
And that's because there's a trust, and you know that you won't end up giving without the other person ever coming through for you in return. You hope.
Man.
So a significant component of building trust is to let this process happen. Virtually everyone understands that they're not supposed to always take more than they give. But what happens when you don't let your partner give, you don't deny them part of this balance. Take the big picture and let both processes happen, being willing to both give and receive. Of course, if you're willing to give just a little bit more and your partner is as well, then you create a comfortable, caring cushion for both and a safeguard against feeling chronically undervalued or unappreciated. Man,
that was lengthy, but yes.
Okay. I think that's important, though.
That must say no bean counting.
But being willing to give as well as receive, like, I think a lot of people sometimes don't really have an issue with the receiving part.
Some people don't even realize that they doing all the receiving.
And don't give.
And don't give.
But I think that is an important part of building trust, because I know I felt like a lot of times I've been in relationships where I felt like they was extremely one-sided. And I'm a naturally giving person, so like they were saying, like, it may not have to be 50-50 for the relationship to work. Yeah. But it can't just be 95-5 either, you know. Like,
and you know what? All that giving, the receiving that they're talking about in there, it's not always material. It's like you can give emotionally. Yeah. You can give like mentally, like spiritually, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, dang, I'm giving you all this welcoming energy, all this understanding energy, all this emotional understanding for what you're going through. Like, I'm giving this to you so much, though.
Speaking life into me.
Yeah, so much so that I'm maybe forgetting about myself. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so concerned about how you're doing throughout the day. Are you happy? Are you, happy with how things are going? Are you content? Are you pleased? You know what I'm saying? Are you confident in what you're seeing in me enough to where you're starting to think about a further life with me? You know those things that, like, as a man, that we're trying to solidify. You know what I'm saying? And with our loved ones. I'm a heterosexual man, so my woman and my lover, whatever you do, you give, that's, people don't understand, like, that be a lot of the giving right there. You know what I'm saying? And we don't receive that back. Like, when I tell you my problem, it's like, what? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or I tell you how I'm feeling about a certain thing, there's a problem. Or you only listening to me say that to respond with what you got.
Or don't have that same level of consideration and just understanding.
That be feeling weird, bro.
Yeah. Whereas, like, if you tell me something, it's like, oh shoot, okay, well, I'm listening. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And you really taking things in consideration. Whether somebody might just be, what's the word? They may just blow you off. What's that called when they like being
dismissive?
Dismiss. Oh, that's the word.
Yeah. Dismissive.
And that, man, that can create a lot of stuff. Yeah. And that's like romantic and just in general.
In general,
like, you might have a friend where they might come to you and you tell them stuff, and
dude call you every day.
Yeah, and
tell you about what they got going through.
Yeah, and you listen. And you listen. Say you being considerate. And, and really hearing them out. Whereas them, they might, oh, dude, you being soft.
You ever felt like you ever had a situation? I mean, we kind of just said this, but I'm just putting a magnifying glass on it. Like, somebody tell you they problem, they go in depth, and you listening. You giving feedback. You offering solutions. Have you tried this? Did you talk to them about that? Okay, maybe y'all should wait a day, then talk to each other. And you treating their issue like that. But when you come with your issue, man, I'm doing it with this, and what you think about this? Oh, well, shoot, man, that's messed up. You know what I'm saying?
No, you'll get over it.
Yeah, like, yeah. Like, really, you be straight though. You be straight, bro. Like, dang, like. You just called me a week ago and we went through all possibilities when it was your turn. Yeah. But when it's my turn, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Dang, that's in like regular friendships and romantic relationships. Like, when it's your issue, I'm all hands on deck for you. But when it's my stuff, it's just something I gotta figure out.
Or it may be like something they physically, if they call you, but hey man, I need you. Like, oh, you always all right? I'm coming. Or like you always willing.
Yeah,
but then
that's the giving.
And you like, I'm not saying you move stuff around. You say yes to them, and you just move around what you got to move around and help them.
Yeah.
Whereas you might call someone, say, hey man, you think you can? Man, well I kind of got plans already. And you be like, well,
dang,
you fit me up a lot of times when I had plans, and I moved stuff around in order to help you.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I think any dynamic, man, it has to be give and receive. Like I said, like I was saying, like, you know, certain people, they don't need the exact 50-50, but I feel like at some point.
Yeah. And I was just about to say, when it's genuine and it's between two people that really rocking with each other in whatever capacity, because I like the little phrase right there, it wouldn't be no bean counting. I ain't gonna say, well, Ed came to my house the last 2 days. Now I'm gonna go to his house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or Ed helped me move the last 2 times, so I'm, you know, or he ain't helped me move last time, so I ain't gonna help him move. It won't be like that.
And I think that's always been my issue with like in like relationships, romantically and just friendships and stuff. Is like I'm not a bean counter, so when I notice, you know, it's really skewed by the time I notice. It ain't like on some, like you said, well,
you did this, then I did that.
Yeah, no, it's like, oh wow, what have they ever done for me, or like help me out with something? Like, is it just me always giving for them? Like I never like nothing. Like So you're right.
And it's like it be so glaring that you got to sit down and think about it. That's how you know it's bad with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I keep up, but like I don't hold it. Like actually, I be forgetting. Like when this is a real friend, I don't even be thinking about it. Like,
but yeah, like
I don't think about it like favor for favor.
Yeah, but I might not think about it. I might be like, oh yeah, I remember I did this, then I did this, then I did this. But I don't think. Well, dang, like you said, it's favor for. So it's, dang, when you gonna do something? Like,
but for me, I'm
gonna just ask them something. Like, and I'm not like that. You know, where I might just tell you to do something just because I feel like you ain't did nothing for me. Like, I'm not that type of person. But,
some people like that though.
Yeah, but like I said, man, I feel like, especially me, like I'm like, naturally just a giver. More than I am a receiver. So that's why I say it comes natural for me to just give. So like I say, I may not even notice that like, what have I received from this? And like I said, I don't just walk around with that mindset of being counting. So, and I don't, and if it is like that, you know how that is circumvented, it's back to the previous point. Speaking your feelings. Yeah. Like I know that like in between us, before it would get to a level like that, you'll say something. Yeah. Like that's what I mean by trusting you to speak your feelings up. Like if I'm asking you a lot, you can like, dang, dude, you kind of got me running. You know what I'm saying? You'll say something like that. And I'm like, oh, dang, man, my bad. You know what? You chill. You know what I'm saying? I can do it. Like, I trust that you will speak up in a situation like that before you. And it sounds messed up, but I'm talking to my best friend, y'all. Like, you'll say it before I start exploiting you. You know what I mean? Before it gets to the level of exploitation, you're going to say something. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. Like, and with a lot of my good friends, well, some of them. You know what I'm saying? Before it gets to that level, they'll let you know. And that's when you know it's for real. Like, you know. So yeah, so like I said, man, I think that's all good. Like real, like I like a lot. That's of real life stuff. This is real life stuff. And I think a lot of those are like really like components of like what makes trust. You know? Yeah. Because I felt like the Harvard thing was kind of like more professional. It's more based towards leadership. Yeah, I'm glad that you pulled that up. But some of those can be applied. But I like that yours fleshed it out. Yours like and gave real world examples. Yeah, I love a good real world example. Me too. You know, because I got to apply that thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's true. So how do you, I know we had kind of dove into it when we wasn't trying to, but talking about like, when we talk about distrust and like what that looked like. And I mean, I guess distrust can look like betrayal, you know, if you don't trust somebody. I think for me. Or betraying your trust. I think for me, the distrust starts as a betrayal. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I'm going to naturally just because my disposition, you know, and how I just approach the world, optimistic and stuff. When a negative action or a harmful action is committed, I'm like, dang, that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like he did that. Okay. He stole that candy, or he stole that money from the dude, or he didn't tell Eddie he had $100. He only told him he had $5. You know what I'm saying? I know he got 100. You know, he lied. You know what I'm saying? We trying to whatever. You know.
I'm like, man, that's somebody who I trusted to be upstanding. You know what I'm saying? Somebody I trusted to be good, walking their talk, like the element said, you know, following through on their commitment. And they backed out on that, or they circumvented it, or skirted around it. My trust do get betrayed. You know what I'm saying? Or like we talk about how like I go to you with my problems, nothing. You come to me with your problem, like that's a betrayal. Like dang, I gotta really sit back and see how like I'm being treated in the situation, and I don't, you know. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it be kind of foolish. Dang, I didn't notice this earlier.
Yeah.
Other times you be like, dang, I saw this coming. I took the chance, and you know. This is who this person is. Mm-hmm. But once the trust does get betrayed, that's the beginning of it. And then it becomes distrust. Like, now I know I can never put myself in a situation with this dude.
Yeah, you can't put yourself in a position to be vulnerable with them again because they use it to harm you.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, like that level of that, it just blocks
They
off.
weaponize your vulnerability.
Come on, Ed. Mm-hmm. Stop. You gonna make me stand up, boy. Anyways. Yes, exactly. They weaponize your vulnerability and weaponize your trust. Mm-hmm. Well, I know Ed ain't gonna trip, man. He know I'm good for it.
Well, that I'm about to say that will hurt you and definitely make you not trust someone if like they weaponize your vulnerability. Like you tell them something in confidence, and it is something very vulnerable. Then they later. Mm-hmm. Find a way to like weaponize it and use it against you. Yeah. And it's like, I told you that in confidence not to.
Yeah. You know what it is for me? Because I ain't never really just had like that situation happen. Mm-hmm. It's more so I let people know who I am, what I value, what I uphold, and what I hold dear to me. Mm-hmm. Like I ain't never had nobody say, none of my friends be like, man, Jew, blah, 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 he did this. You know what I'm saying? He stole money from you, and you. He ain't tell y'all that. I ain't had nothing like that happen. Mm-hmm. I had stuff happen where it's like, you know, I value my family. You know, I value my friends and honesty and trust and like togetherness. So you purposely don't say, so you purposely do something to like get in the middle of that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, I ain't going on the trip. Why? Because I don't want to be around y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right. And then the trip comes, then you come. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. And I'm like, bro, like you know how I operate, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you like going at this situation like it's something new or something that you don't agree with or something I just threw upon you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I trust you to know that this is how I operate. Yeah. Bro, like, you know what I'm saying? Don't, you know, go against the grain like that, man. Sometimes that could be a little frustrating for me, dealing with others. Because that's kind of how I give it up, pause. Like, I'm going to give you who I am, you know what I'm saying? Honestly. So you can use your information that you have on me against me. And to be honest, I probably won't even be tripping because if I told you, I took the chance with telling you, you know? Mm-hmm. But if it's something like core to me, like family and stuff like that, man, that cut a little deeper. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like I said, I feel like, that's why I say I feel like, I don't know, I just kind of been in a fortunate position where I hadn't really had like my trust betrayed much in life, to be honest with you.
You're right.
But yeah, like I say, I think that's what that looks like for me if you like weaponize my vulnerability. Like if I tell you something in confidence and now you like just
make a joke out of it
publicly and making a joke, and it's like, hey I didn't
man.
Really.
Yeah, that wasn't what that was.
Yeah, everyone didn't know that. I didn't appreciate that, you know.
Yeah, yes, sir.
And stuff. But I don't know. Like I felt like I said, I can't really speak too much about betrayal or trust. Or like, I feel like for me, like I hadn't had many times where it was betrayal, or if it was, it's like. It's because I did trust you with something, and you didn't handle it with the
enough
same amount of care and respect that I handled it.
Yeah. And you know what? You right. And in situation, it do be like levels of trust. Mm-hmm. Like I know I could trust you with this much. I can't trust you with this much. You know what I'm saying? Like when I go trust you with the make or break stuff with me. Yeah. I just trust you with the little stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you can have that. Like
I'm about to say like I do it. I think I navigate in levels of trust with people. Yeah. I don't think I like
everybody not the same level.
Consciously do it. It's just like a certain level of comfort. So I might tell you, oh yeah, I work here. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I'm not going to tell everybody that, but I'll tell you that. But I may not say, oh, I make X amount of money, because that's a different level of trust.
Yeah, that's the information.
Yeah.
That's information. And that could be the betrayal. Hey, ask Ed. He got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, bro, what? No, don't just say that. Don't sign me up like that.
Or they just start making comments. Oh man, you make this
big money. Yeah.
You can get it. Oh boy, I know
you can get it. Yeah. Come on, bro.
I didn't tell you that to do that with. Or just certain, like, that was just an example, but like stuff like that where it's like I might. It might be like different levels of the information, like you said, where I might just say something in general. I'd be like, oh yeah, or I kind of reveal more to you. But trust is an interesting thing.
Well, I was gonna say this because I haven't really had many betrayals of trust, not no like scarring event. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But I tell you what, I think both of us have done this, and it goes back to the intuition that I was talking about earlier. We've seen people and being around people in our lives, some together, some in our different arenas. You see somebody like, oh, I can already gauge his propensity to be dishonest, to be, you know what I'm saying, to be distrustful. So you read that.
Yeah.
Like, you can watch somebody else betray somebody else's trust. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, no. You know, that is not somebody I need to be that close with. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's a blessing.
Oh yeah, man, he bad. I can tell he bad.
Yeah, he bad for business. Bad for business. Like, you notice that.
Yeah,
and you see that in people. Like, when you read them and you talk to them, and you in different spaces with them and things like that. And we both been on football teams and track teams, and you know what I'm saying. School and stuff.
Just navigating different social circles and stuff.
And you be like, oh no, I know. Okay, he good. I know he's an honest person. But these other two, like, I don't know about them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you think? So I got a question for you. Do you think if someone has your trust and then they do something, like they have some type of action to damage it, for you personally, is it easy for people to build that trust back with you? No. Or what builds that trust back?
To answer the first one, I'm going to say no. It's not really easy to build it back up for me, because I give it out so much. Like, I give it out so much that once it's gone, it's kind of gone. You know what I mean? I'm just that type of person. Like, and you know me, I'm gonna give you like 2 chances. To be honest with you, I'll probably give you like 2, 3 chances. I probably already gave you 2, 3 chances before I said anything. To be real with you, just took it on the chin, because I take a lot of things on the chin. Pause. To answer the second question, to get it back, first things first. Like I said about the tough conversation, let's just sit down and just admit it. Bro, this is what happened. This is why I did this. Like you said, let me get the context. This is why I did this. I expected you to react this way. You didn't. That's my bad. Then I'm going to say, hey, this is why I gave you this, and this is how you hurt me. You know what I'm saying? This is friendships, romantic relationship. This is how you hurt me. Because this was my intention behind when I did A, B, C. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'll list it down for you. We can comb through that. We gotta comb through that. Now, I ain't gonna act like I ain't gonna act like I'm just about to forget what was happening, what fallout that was for me. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta hold on to those feelings, or that knowledge of those feelings, not the exact feeling, but the knowledge of the feeling. Yeah. And then we just work from there. It's just like it's a very slow grind. Like, you probably won't ever get back to exactly where you were, because now I know you have the capability of betraying, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you got to just, the first thing is admittance, bro. Like, a big chunk of that is done when we have that conversation. Like, let's not act like it ain't happened. Let's not act like, oh man, we should just get over that. Like, no, let's comb through it, bro. Like, you said this, you hurt me. I obviously did something bad to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be honest about it. Let's just be good. Let's just be grown about it, bro. Let's not try to skirt around it. So. That's kind of like, for me, like, doing that pretty much gets a general, like, okay, that was good. You know what I'm saying? For me. Yeah. So.
I think, like you said too, I definitely agree. That's like, if somebody was to just try to like build their trust back with me, it would be first like having that honest conversation.
You just gotta have it.
Which you gotta express your feelings, and you gotta be vulnerable, and you just gotta like,
you gotta just put it out there.
Put it all out on the table. And I think then from there, Like that's just like kind of just to like
set the stage.
That's you kind of cleaning the wound out.
Yeah, there you go.
Because it ain't gonna heal right if it's got dirt in it and stuff.
Come on now.
So for me, that's cleaning the wound out.
Come on now.
And I think what repairs the wound over time for me personally, it would be consistency. Like
that's what I meant. Yep.
Because you can't just put it all on the table and then we're like, okay, we good.
Nah.
No, it's gonna be like if you really like betray my trust to that point, it's gonna be like, no, you gotta like be consistent, like we was talking about in that other article where it's like it's just consistent behavior over time. And I don't know, like maybe we get to that point, like of course it depends on like the level in which you betray my trust. But because some stuff is just I'm talking about stuff that you can actually reconcile.
Something. You're right.
Because certain stuff you just can't.
That's just over.
But but if it can be reconciled, it's just gonna be a level of consistency and you're right. Through that consistency,
you're right.
That's what's gonna build my. Because I said, okay, so you're
right.
Constantly making this effort. This isn't just like a little one off because anybody can just say something once and that just be that. But when the actions consistently matching, like I say, just over time.
And you know what else that does? That shows me that it meant just as much as to you.
Yeah, I'm saying that's how you build that rapport back up through that, because it's like you being consistent. Like I say, because with me, I'm not how I am. It ain't gonna be just okay, we good, kumbaya. Fine. No, this gonna be just I gotta see the consistency.
And you're right. And I guess in that first little conversation that you have, you kind of use that. Well, some stuff is just not able to be reconciled, but you can kind of like you said, clean the wound to assess the damage. Like how deep is this? You know what I'm saying? You kind of assess that in that first conversation. Then with the consistency, because if somebody's doing it and making that real effort, I'm like, bro, like eventually I'm like, bro, I see you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I see you, bro. Like
and if I say, like I said, that show is like, okay, well, we had that conversation. There's like that accountability, and like now you like showing me with your actions that accountability, and like you really meant what you said, because now I see that you're constantly doing this. So at that point, like I said, that built the trust. Like I say, it may not, you might not instantly get there, but as time goes, that's how you work your way back up there.
Yeah, just like you do anything.
Yeah, I'm about to say it's all some stuff is just gradual,
And trust is like trust takes a lot to build up.
Yeah.
So it takes trust is one of those things like respect, It takes a lot to get it, but it can be taken away so quickly. You know what I mean? Like it's a very it's a very scholastic word, but whatever that is. But it's one of those things like take a lot to get it, but it can be taken away so fast, and because it's such a delicate thing. It's a delicate thing that you give out to people.
Yeah.
Like trust is very delicate.
I'm gonna say because it's that level of vulnerability. Yeah. Man. Especially if you like really being vulnerable. Like that's why I say it's like, man, you I like told you some stuff. Yeah. That's why I'm not gonna lie, just sometimes just even from the outside looking in, when it's like two good friends and I see them kind of like
fall out,
or you see them publicly like
going back and forth,
betraying each other's trust, saying stuff that they told them in confidence. It's hurt me. I'm like, oh man, it
kind of be hurting to watch it. Huh?
Yeah, that's what I said, man. They told you that, in confidence. Like, can you like really betray their? I mean, you can be mad at somebody, but it's another thing to like betray their trust and like
And when you see it, you're like, man, I know that's
because it was like I was like, man, that took a real high level of vulnerability for them to even confide that in you.
Exactly. Or if y'all went through that together, like, boy, y'all was there with each other when that happened.
Yeah,
like,
don't act like,
don't act like, come on,
that was between y'all. Like,
come on, man, that's between y'all. Like, cause there's things that happen between me and my brothers, me and you, a couple of other people. Like, I can't like that didn't happen.
Yeah,
like that, like that happened. You know what I'm saying? And just to erase all that or just act like it don't hold no merit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That'd be tough. I hate watching that.
I'm about to say, I hate watching like, trust is such a weighted thing. So like when I see people just throw it out the window instantly, I'm like, yeah, dang, like because I think about the rapport and like the time it took to build that rapport, and I'm like, all that go out the window for that?
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yeah, and you know what? That'd be even crazy to see what they give it up for.
Mm-hmm.
Like dang,
that's what's going.
You be like,
that's it.
You be like, that's the breaking point. Like that's where it went wrong at. Mm-hmm. After y'all, I done seen y'all do this and this and this, but now it's crazy, man. And then it's like we didn't get into this, but like because it's very like anecdotal, but like the trust in things, right? Mm-hmm. Like I have trust. Like I have trust in other people's friendships. Like I have trust in you and Buddha friendship. Mm-hmm. Cause that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like I know he ain't gonna treat my brother wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's trust in you, but that's trust in that. Like I know that's solid.
Yeah.
And I ain't gotta be there for that to be solid. And he ain't gotta be around us for it to be solid. And I ain't gotta be around, my core, blah, blah, blah. I just think that it's so pervasive, trust, delicate, is because it's involved in everything you do.
Yeah.
Just like respect. You can't turn it on, turn it off. Even going outside, you very matter, but like you got the smallest minute amount of trust, like okay, I'm gonna get to work. You know what I'm saying? Or faith that I'm gonna get into work. Mm-hmm. And so when things don't happen like how you expect them to happen, it can be kind of jarring. So yeah, that was good.
Trust, man.
Trust, bro. I mean,
that's an extremely nuanced thing.
You can go 3 hours talking about trust. You know what I'm saying? Like, because everybody has it. Mm-hmm. Has had it, has lost it,
or dealt with it in some capacity.
Yeah. Have you ever lost somebody else's trust? Like, been told that you like, I don't trust you no more.
I don't think so.
I haven't either. I ain't been on that side. No, at least they ain't tell me.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
At least they ain't tell me. At least they probably ain't tell me. Yeah. But I ain't never like, you know what I'm saying? Not to get off to another thing, but like that's why I just trying to do right,
Yeah.
Cause like even when like, cause you never know who watching, bro. Mm-hmm. Like a dude can see you do some honorable stuff, he don't even talk to you.
Yeah.
But he kind of got trust for you now. Like,
man, I like how you handled that situation.
Yeah. You know what? I didn't have this past weekend. Dude, he's like, bro, I like how you move, bro. You know what I'm saying? I like how you move, bro. Like, I ain't got to talk to you every day, but and when people see that you do right by people, it's a trust in that. Like, you be building trust for people you don't even talk to just because you moving right. Just because you doing the right thing, they going to be like, that boy Ed. And Ed, you know this, all the random people that used to call you. You know what I'm saying? Asking for stuff. But yeah, so.
Yeah. That's trust.
That's trust, man.
Parts of it, components of it. Like I say, it's a lot of parts to trust. And we didn't even talk about trust in oneself.
Chill out, bro.
But
episode 69
of the Transferable Experience podcast. As always, remember to do all the things on all the things.